Yeah, I'm Ken. I live in Ottawa. We purchased this 3-gable pavilion from Norway, and we love it. It goes back to when I was a kid in my grandfather's barn, really mesmerized because I saw all this joinery stuff. I asked my dad, how does they hold this stuff together? And he said, they do special joints, they do mortise and tendon, and he explained it a little bit. And I was always fascinated by, that's amazing. I told my dad, but it's not got any nails. He said, it'll be here when you're 100 years old, don't worry. And so that's the memory I have it. So when I saw the Norway and the way that they built their structures, immediately I was taken by it. So Norway, it is a family business. Frank is the dad and he has his sons, and they do all the work. They built this thing here, and they pulled up with a truck and 3 or 4 ladders, rubber hammers, and the whole thing was stood up in an afternoon. And the next day they put the roof on, and then they went home. That's how fast they did it, because it fits together like a Lego. There's not a cutting thing. They do it all in the shop, and they bring it here, and you can see it's beautiful. My wife and I, we just said, can we do something different than a plastic shed or plastic thing? And Norway, when the more we looked at it, we kept flipping back to look at the Norway product to say, we got to do this. We got to find a way to do this, and we did it. And we're really happy with that, for sure. When you have a structure like this, it gives a reason to do stuff. It gives a reason to say, let's go have dinner outside. Let's go have a barbecue today, which really wasn't so much a part of our life before, but it's real easy to convince, hey, let's do this. And it's become such a focal part of our yard now. It's amazing. It becomes a place where family goes, because everybody who comes here, they love the look of it. It's not something that you see every day, so it's unique in that way. And our family has really enjoyed to have these moments out there. There's no doubt about that. You have to think about every purchase you make. You have to think of what the ramifications of that purchase is going to be. You spend lots of money on a car, you spend a couple hours in, by yourself usually, or maybe your family once in a blue moon. But to have a pavilion in your yard that actually represents a place to go, a place for your family to gather, a place for friends to gather when they come over, instead of being in the house, which is for normal, that's what we all do. It's called, let's go in the pavilion, let's have a barbecue, let's have a meal, let's have snacks. It's just a completely different aspect of living. The days go quickly, years pass very fast, and before you know it, your little children are grown up, and by the time they're 17 years old, they spend 80% of the time they're ever going to spend with their parents. So 80% of the time of my kids are going to be before they're 17 years old. And what am I going to do with that time with them? That's what you have to kind of ask yourself. And if they're important to you, you have to think about that and do things to create that family time, to create that bond. And the pavilion for us has been one of those ways that create that bond. It's not the only way, but it's a very effective way. And that's why we think it's really important. It's kind of one of those moments that you realize, okay, my time with my kids could have been done 10 years ago. And that would have been a heartache for me, because I wanted more time with my children. So if you want time with your kids, that's important to you, this pavilion can help that bond to happen, that perhaps you would never find another way. Well, they're all grown up now, and they're left home, and they just say that they had a magical childhood. So when they say that, there's no greater joy for a dad. Your kids did not grow up with an angry father. They grew up with a dad who treasured them and spent their money to make that treasure real for them. And there's ways you spend your money. We all spend our money. Money comes and goes. But you have to think about, like, really what's really important to you. And if your children are important, if your family is important, if family time is important, this pavilion can certainly help to augment that really well. When I've talked to my kids and we talk about Christmas times and everything, nobody remembers what they got as a gift. Nobody remembers about what present they got. What they remember is the spirit that was in the home and the joy they had with their parents, and that is really important. And to share that moment, I don't know how to explain it. Like, how do you put value to that? Like, what dollar value would I give to spend 5 more minutes with my kids, 10 more minutes with my kids in a lifetime? Because it ends. Believe me, I know I'm at the age that all my kids are grown up and gone, and I am really thankful for the moments, the time we spent together.